Hi everybody. Today I am at a brand new spot. I have come to a homestead, place where somebody lived, I don't know how long, here on the ranch, and this is where I'm at. This place has a beautiful view of Mount Hood, and I have never walked around the site except right in this spot where the old stove is. And there's some old pieces, must be from the stove right here. But Dad did show me the well, which is over there about 50 feet. So what I'd like to do first is just look around and see if I see the house foundation. Now, the guy that lived here, he sold the place to my granddad, like maybe in the 40s. And he had some other land just past our closest town, a couple miles. So he moved down there, I guess. And the story has it that he actually wanted to buy it back from Granddad because there was a special farm program where you could get paid for doing something. I can't remember that part. But Granddad said nope. But anyway, the land stretches up that way. I don't know if it was 160 acres or 320 or whatever it was. I have to look again at the 1913 atlas because he did live here then. And I don't know if he had a family. No idea. Or if he just came here sometimes to work and the family stayed down at the house near town. I don't know, but let's see what we can find. This is brand new. Yay! Woohoo! Well, this old stove says Bridge Beach and Company, St. Louis. And then here it says Superior Stoves and Ranges. So this is neat. Wow. Look at that beehive. Okay. Well, let's go over and see the rest of this. All right. Wonder if that is from an old barrel. Now this site, I haven't been to it because you can't come here all year long. In the summertime, there's like fire danger from driving the Ranger around, and the grass is tall, and there's rattlesnakes. And then sometimes the ground is too soft to drive on. Now we haven't had any moisture for several days, and we've had a big strong wind to dry things out. Oh, cool. It's connected. Cool. All right. Yeah, they got a bunch of rain on the west side of the mountain. That's the Cascade Mountain Range. And they got a bunch of snow up on the peaks and around the passes, but we just got wind. We just got strong wind. One night it gave us a trace of freezing rain. That's it. So, I mean, it is squishy out here. I didn't want to park the rig right here where it could get stuck. So it's over there in the better grass. Well, let's go see what we can find. Well, this is the old well site. And you can see it's been filled in by somebody. There's some wood right there and a metal piece. Looks like there's a bunch of wire there and a load of rocks. So it has been filled in mostly. I mean, I wouldn't dare step in there. I don't know how deep it was. Now right next to it here, it's kind of a flat spot. Maybe they had a windmill? I don't know. Well, so far I've dug up a couple of cans and a nail, but it's not a square nail. Well, I found this old square nail right here, just barely underground, and I am actually pretty far from that stove. Still trying to find a house site, and I'm wondering if this is the area. It's kind of flat here. Let's keep looking. Yeah, I just found another square nail right next to the other one. Just found this old post. And the square nails are over there. There's another post right there. I wonder if there's a corral over here this way. What else can we find? And I hear a couple nails now and then, but nothing good yet. I just found this fence stable and another big post there, a post right there, and some barbed wire right there. But we are not close to the current fence line. And there's a pile of rocks. Okay, let's see what else we can find. Well, the fence posts are over there, and so I walked down this kind of flat area that looks like one of these knolls has been flattened out. And I have found a couple of modern nails right here in the middle. I wonder if there was an old building right here. Maybe the barn. Well, the fence posts are over there, and there's the flat area. And then I was right here and heard a big, large piece of iron. And I found this spike with this thing on it. Right here. This is kind of a flat spot too, but not as big. Well, I just dug up an old can, and then I saw this old piece of glass. It's actually the first piece I've seen from like an old plate or cup or something. Well, from this old stove, I have gone over there to the well, looked up this way, what I can in that thick sagebrush. Went over here. The fence posts were over there in that flattened area. And then I found that spike over here. And in this spot, there's cans. And of course, more stove. And there's cans right over in here. So I'm wondering if this was kind of a little dump spot right here. And perhaps the house set up behind me where the field is now. So I'm going to check that out. By the way, in case you're wondering, you know, with all this thick sagebrush around, you just never know what could be lurking. We do have, of course, coyotes and bobcats. That's been the usual throughout my lifetime. But, you know, since the laws changed over in Portland, we have cougars now and then. So I do have a holster on my hip with some protection. And another one in the rig. So, yeah. But saying that, I'm not a very good user of said item. I have not practiced in my lifetime much. But I have it. Well, the old stove pieces are right there, and then over here I saw this sticking out of the ground. It says WS19. It has a pretty design on it. Must have went somewhere on the old stove. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, there's something here. Piece of glass. And probably just some more of the old stove, I guess. There's something else there. So let's dig it up. Why don't we? And here's another piece of some kind of bottle. Oh, it's a big piece. Let's move. Okay. And there's words on it. Wow. There's probably more of the stove. Well, I'll turn you back on when I got the words cleaned off. Okay, it's broken right here. It says E. Beach and Co. St. Louis. Well, right there, I found this piece of the stove. Look at all that neat decoration. And then on the back, there's a 19 again. Oh, what's this? Yeah, WS19. And that other piece was right there. There's some other stuff here, so it's probably more of the stove. Well, this piece has where the stove burners were. Here, it was showing, oh, standard 80I or 801 or something. Oh, stand 81 or I. You can see all the cans here. Yeah, there's a piece of purple glass over there. So I found what looks like a well, tobacco type thing and another plate glass. So yeah, this area is kind of a dump. So let's look around here. Right over in there, I'm wondering if, see, they backed their wagon up on top of this knoll and just dumped stuff off. Okay, I just found part of a square nail here. And this is the flat area. And right on the other side of that is an old stove. So I wonder if this was a house site or a dumping ground. Okay, let's look around some more. Well, down about 4 or 5 inches, I found an old can. So they're down pretty deep. Well, this rang up real good. Looks like more of the stove. RM. And right next to it is this old piece of wood. And there's some wood right there, I think. Yeah. Okay, here's a piece of wood. I don't know if it's a fence post. Oh, there's something right there. I'll go over there and check that out. Now it looks like there's a little rodent trail right through here over to that bush. Looks like a deer laid down right there. Well, this is part of the stove. Right here. Cool. Okay, we're on the track of something. Let's look around some more. Right here on this flat area. It was either a place to dump things, or it was actually the place where the house was. Well, I knew there was something big here. Check it out. The seat from an old tractor or something. That's cool. Well, about 3 inches down, I had kind of a junky signal. And there it is. A spoon. An old rusty spoon. Wow. Well, I'm thinking this must be the house site with this old rusty spoon. But he must have just had a small cabin here to come and work on the ranch. There's the stove and all the trash. Maybe he just threw out the window. Well, the trash he threw out the window, not the stove. Maybe he just rolled it down over there. Didn't quite make it. Well, let's see what else is on this knoll, this flattened knoll. The field was right there. I don't know if he made a field there too, or if Dad just made this one. All right, I got a big piece of iron down here. Let's see what kind it is. Ah, just some more of the stove. Well, there's a big piece of iron here with some kind of wire on it. Let's see what it is. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay. It is, I guess it's a piece of farm equipment. Or what? Somebody put that in there. Is this a disc that was broken and thrown to the edge of the field? I don't know. Well, there's a mark of some kind, and I think it says October 10. So I'm going to clean this off, see if I can read it. Well, just within a couple feet of each other, I found a shotgun head stamp and this other bullet. I'll clean off the heads and see if I can read it. Well, down 4 or 5 inches, I found this. And right over there is another piece of farm equipment. Let's see what it is. Well, it looks like the same thing as I found over there. There's the ground. Wonder if that patent date is on this one too. We'll just roll it over there and see. Yeehaw, everybody. Well, I found another one right here, just below the surface, an inch or so. Well, this one is a little bit different than the first one I found. It has these things around the edges. I don't know if they broke like that, or it looks like it was made that way though. So those are funny. But that's going to be it for today. I'd like to come back and explore some more. There's got to be something out here that's good. Lots of interesting things. There's Mount Hood. Those clouds are really cool looking right now. All right, well, thanks for watching. Well, I'm on my way. Dad has this dam built for flood control.